Welcome into the chat. New format this time. It's Ben Carbonaro, your co-host on my own today from the surrounds of Melbourne. But I am looking forward to hopefully getting up to the Magic Millions, as always, up there in Queensland. And joining me today is something of a celebrity herself in bid spotter, Roslyn Buerckner. Hi, Ros. How are you?
Hi, Ben. Oh, that's a lovely introduction. I hardly think I'm a celebrity. I'm just a little piece of the cog at the amazing wheel of Magic Millions and part of a great team up there. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you up there in January.
First of all, how did you become a bid spotter? Because it's probably something that you don't just start doing. You work your way up, don't you?
Certainly do, Ben. I actually started at Magic Millions around about 14 years ago, and I used to pick up the horse manure in the back ring, and I used to do a lot of work at night behind the scenes and handle a lot of horses, and I was involved with some of the vendors with their drafts, so I got to see a lot of the behind the scenes, and I just kept asking for years and years to do some bid spotting, and then one day I was lucky enough and they said yes and let me have a go, so it's been wonderful.
And do you feel that the fact that you've worked your way up and seen how the whole organisation works gives you a good insight into, rather than just going and doing bid spotting, you know how, you know, what goes into a sale?
Definitely. It gives you a lot of respect for the team that works behind the scenes, that a lot of people don't get to acknowledge all their hard work that goes on. It's months and months and countless hours that's put on behind the scenes, and the general public just get to see a really short piece of it, but it's a very entertaining and fun piece of it too.
You certainly had a bit of pizzazz to the sale, I reckon, compared to some of the other bid spotters. People do come to see you. They're not buying, but they come to see you. What do you think makes you stand out compared to the others that do it?
Oh, thank you, Ben. That's such a great compliment. I really think they actually all come up here to see some of our life-changing horses like Winx and Grantel, Sunlight, all of those. I think I just stand out a little bit different because I'm so enthusiastic. I just love the job. I'm so passionate about it. And I really enjoy seeing the vendors get a great result. And I love watching the horses as they come through the ring. You see the buyers and you can watch that moment. They get a little bit excited about a certain horse. So I find all that it's really thrilling. So yeah, I'm just a really small part of the team, but it's great to be recognised for that too. Thanks, Ben.
You've obviously got to have a good relationship with the auctioneers as well. Who's the funniest or most entertaining one to work with? Surely Steve Davis has to fit in there somewhere. Some of the lines he comes out with in his dad jokes, they're ridiculous.
He is quite a character. Steve Davis is heaps of fun to work with. I think we're truly blessed to have the best auctioneers in Australia and all across the world. I think Magic Millions auctioneers just stand out. They are so unique and funny and engaging with the audience, and they know all their clients so well that it's so fun to be there and to watch their work. It's just the flow and how spontaneity of their lines and things. It's just great. Steve's a great. You've got Clint, Grant, young Lincoln, great part of the team. Looks like we might have a lovely Irish auctioneer coming on board too. He's phenomenal. So stay tuned. You've got some great people at Magic Millions.
What kind of strategies do you use to keep the buyers engaged in the sale ring? Like, you know, you probably want to push it up another $5,000, $10,000. I've seen it either come on, but is there more than that? Or how do you do it?
Well, a lot of the time it's going to be that eye contact and really trying to convey that this is the horse you want. You know, if you've come here to buy this horse and the bidding's just getting a little bit, you know, at that budget point, that you never know that extra $5,000-$10,000 you spend on a horse, you might end up with a horse like Winx. Initially, I think Winx, the owners were looking at spending around $200,000. They went a little bit more. They went up to that $230,000, and well, the rest is history. So that's kind of why I like to engage with them. I would hate for someone to be the underbidder on a champion horse and look back and say, oh, I said no to that girl. I really should have said yes. So I kind of, I run with a bit of that philosophy.
And just away from the sale ring, what's your involvement in racing or with horses generally? I see you're there with one in the paddock today.
I thought I'd bring a little friend along. This is Samana. This is one of our beautiful retired horses on the farm. He's almost 27. So myself and my partner, Sean, we own a beautiful farm on the Mary River. We do breaking in and pre-training of racehorses. We also do a lot of work with the ponies on the farm too, with the kids. So they've got a bit of a job here too. So our involvement is we work hands-on with horses as well as being involved with Magic Millions, and we own a few shares of our own horses too. So we've got a lovely little Lonhro filly that we've got a share of. She's actually racing in the at Ballarat on Saturday. She's with Michelle Payne, and hopefully Michelle Payne will be riding her, training her, and winning on her.
Lovely. And tell me, is that going to be in the Magic Millions clockwise race or the 3-year-old race? So hopefully, if it does well enough, it might push itself up in the order of entry for January.
Well, I'm hoping so. She's in the 3 and 4-year-old race. Yep. And fingers crossed that if she can just, get to the front and win, it would be so amazing to be a part owner of a horse that actually races at Magic Millions in January too. So that's hugely exciting. And it's an all-female owned horse too, which is great.
Oh, wow. Even better with the all-female ownership bonus as well for winning horses.
Certainly. Yep. That would be a great bonus.
You mentioned your partner, Sean, a.k.a. Cowboy Sean from MAFS a couple of years ago. I had the privilege of spending some time with you guys up there when I've been up there for the sales or after the races over a drink or whatever. How did you meet Sean? It's a very interesting story, isn't it?
Well, we had known each other for quite a few years before he'd done the show, and we were friends. We'd met through a great charity called Healing Hooves that's based on the Gold Coast. They work with special needs horses that work with special needs people. So they do a lot of equine therapy. So we had met through them, and after his reality TV stint, I roped him into being auctioned off for a date for another lady, and I was the auctioneer, and I kind of realized that maybe I want to bid on this horse as well, and well, it kind of went from there. I auctioned him off. This beautiful blonde lady won him, and we ended up dating slightly afterwards, and we've been together ever since, so it's been beautiful.
And you mentioned you were auctioning him off, so you are a qualified auctioneer and a licensed auctioneer too. I've seen you do a bit of auctioneering at the Calcutta each year, which is on the Thursday night before the race day at the Gold Coast Turf Club there. Are you still doing auctioneering at all? And where can you see yourself progressing with that?
Yep, so I'm still a licensed auctioneer. Unfortunately, with COVID, it kind of slowed down things quite a bit. And we've been flat out on the farm. So I've been a little bit limited with the opportunities there, but I always help out with lots of charity auctions around the place. I'm looking to do a little bit more work with the property auctioneering, and I'd also love to get a shot one day auctioning the horses at Magic Millions.
That'd be great. I believe I won't mention the other opposition sales company in thoroughbreds, but I believe Steph Grantel was one of the very few or the only females to have auctioned lots. So it'd be great if you could do that as well.
Yeah, she did a fabulous job. Steph, she's definitely one of those people that started paving the way for different opportunities for women in the industry. And she's a great character, and she's I'm really glad that she's taken those steps towards making it something that's more approachable and acceptable for the women to be involved in that side of the industry.
You spoke about being an entertainer, Ros, which is what you are. You've previously worked as a children's entertainer. Can you tell us a bit about that? And also, how do you feel that helps you or has helped you transition into becoming a bid spotter?
So I worked as a children's entertainer all through my 20s while I was juggling different work with the horses. It'd be quite interesting. I'd finish in the stables in the morning and I'd go put on a fairy costume or a clown costume, and I'd get into character and go out and play with kids all day. And I thought that was the most fantastic balance in life. I got to have horses and I got to have fun with kids. I used to think, oh my gosh, I can't believe they pay me to do this. I think it helps with that engaging and not taking yourself too seriously in life. If you can have a laugh at a bit of your own expense and make other people smile, it's one of the best feelings in the world to make someone else smile. And when you do it with kids, they're just so innocent. And being a children's entertainer, it allows me to reconnect with my inner child and keep that youthfulness and fun about life. Because we tend to lose that when we get a little bit older.
That's exactly right. We've got to have fun. I remember watching a previous interview where people were talking to you about being a bid spotter and that, and you did say you have to sort of bring that experience as a children's entertainer, because essentially they are big kids and they're bidding on big boys and girls toys, aren't they?
Yeah, that's for sure. I think that's part of my style of the bid spotting too, is that I'm having fun. You know, I'm appealing to that sense of fun in people to get them involved in those. They're quite serious investments. I think when I did that interview and I said big boys toys, I went, oh my goodness, you know, they're actually very serious investments. But I think it just helps with having that little bit of lightheartedness and connecting with people that they do want to have fun. And if having a little bit of fun makes them throw their hand up and buy that champion, that life-changing horse from Magic Millions, that's a great way to be involved.
And one last one too, Ros. It's probably a little bit early, but have you had a look through the catalogue yet? Is there any that have caught your eye? I know you love to go through it like a Bible.
Yeah, we do. I think anyone in the industry really gets to sink their teeth into the catalogue. There are some absolute superstar lots that are going to be up in January. Hopefully we get an amazing crowd there. Obviously things are going to look a little bit different nowadays with the current global COVID situation and pandemic. So it'll be interesting to see how things look, but we have got some absolute celebrity stars coming up for the sales. I think Magic Millions is actually the only sales company in Australia in the last millennium to sell a Golden Slipper winning colt. And this year as well, we had the first 6 horses pass the line in the Golden Slipper. So if we can emulate the same results this year, next year at our January sales, that would be fantastic to keep that momentum going and also give our buyers that faith that they're buying a quality product at Magic Millions with our horses. And our Bloodstock team do a phenomenal job putting together just the best catalogue. See when they all arrive on the complex. And I love to see a bit of that, you know, sparkle in their eye and, you know, a bit of that swagger that each of the horses got.
Thanks very much for joining us today, Ros. Really appreciate it and look forward to seeing you when we can get up there in January, hopefully. And as usual, we'll get our obligatory photo on the rostrum together. It's always a highlight.
I love that, Ben. Thank you so much for your support. And we will love to see you up here in January, along with everyone else. So it's going to be fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.